I'm in Nisku, Alberta today, delivering beer to a rail blockade buster. Some days I really love this job. Yesterday, west of Edmonton, Alberta, far left-wing anti-oil activists hauled hundreds of kilograms of garbage onto a CN rail track in an attempt to block the rail line as part of an ongoing series of nationwide blockades that are really an attempt to grind the economy of Canada to a screeching halt. The protesters want the Coastal GasLink pipeline project in northern British Columbia cancelled, despite the will of the democratically elected Wet'suwet'en Band Council, who want the pipeline to go forward. Without rail service, farmers are losing millions of dollars a day. The forestry industry could spiral into crisis. Via Rail laid off 1,000 employees yesterday due to the rail blockades. Commuters are stranded. Politicians are dithering, and police aren't doing anything. Now, yesterday's protest was the first of its kind to spill into Alberta, and it lasted about 8 hours before normal Alberta men showed up and took the thing down. And it is my mission in the coming days to track down every single one of the men involved and personally thank them and give them each a case of beer, a small token of gratitude from a grateful province. And so today, I'd like you to meet Chase Chomey. You can see him and his red Make Alberta Great Again hat in multiple videos of that blockade bust up. Chase, what inspired you to head down there? It seems like it was a pretty organic thing. I don't think the guys that went to the blockade knew each other.
Not really. I just went there after a doctor's appointment to see what was happening. And I met two guys at first. We kind of hung back. And then we eventually decided to go walk up, see what was happening. And then out of nowhere came Guy Simpson and a couple other guys from across the street. And we formed a group of about 6 to 9 people. There's also one lady, well, 2 ladies actually, that were there before us, but they were kind of behind us, I guess. But yeah, we just went there and we kind of just met each other. We had no idea who we were. There was lots of talk on the Alberta Wexit Facebook page, and everyone was saying, let's go there and do stuff, and there was really only 2 of us at first. And yeah.
So how did it all happen? You guys sort of waited. There was no real fighting until a little bit later, and we'll get to that. But you guys just sort of waited till the police gave them an injunction, and then you started doing your thing?
Actually, before the injunction, Guy Simpson came out of nowhere, and he was chirping them. We were chirping them before, of course, but he was the one that actually started moving their stuff and getting it off the road, right? And that was before the injunction. And then one of the guys I was with, he was talking to one of the CN officers or whatever they are. He said the injunction was coming at 1. It came at maybe, 1:40 or something, but we were still moving stuff before the injunction happened. And as soon as the injunction happened, they all kind of linked up and they took those papers, and then eventually we just ripped the entire thing down and put it in the back of the trailer that he borrowed from one of the companies up the road.
Now, how long did it take to haul away all their sacred garbage?
I'd say maybe to put everything in the back, it probably took about 25 minutes. There was 2 trailer fulls, I believe. Me and myself and one of the other guys, we left right after Guy Simpson and the other guys took off with the first trailer to go dump it. Because my phone was dying and I'm in the middle of nowhere, so. But pretty much, I believe they came back and they just got rid of the rest. But all the protesters, I'm pretty sure, were all gone by then because they were scattering. Once we were done with the first load.
Yeah. Why would they stick around to clean up their own mess? Now, there was at one point, I mean, the mainstream media has painted this as a peaceful protest, but there was at one point that it was not peaceful, but it wasn't you guys being violent. It was the other side. You were in, I think, the trailer when something happened.
Yeah, one of them hopped up. Well, they hopped on the trailer a couple times. One time one of the older ladies that was on their side hopped up to grab her, I don't know what it was, a piece of wood. And after that, one of the guys jumped up to take one of the barrels down, and it landed on my foot. Surprised I wasn't wearing steel toes, so I'm surprised my foot didn't break because it was heavy. But after that, another guy hopped up on, and he was attempting to take down one of the signs that we put up on there. And one of the guys that was with us was on the side of the trailer, and whoever the masked guy was, he took the sign, tried to throw it off, but went right into the guy's neck like that. And the guy we were with, I'm not going to name names, but he went to go see one of the police officers, said, "Go to the officer right now. You just got hit in the neck by a frickin' wooden sign." Yeah. Because he got knocked pretty hard by it, and no cops did anything.
Isn't that fascinating? Now, you said that, I guess these protesters and Antifa are pretty interchangeable, but they were taking your pictures and trying to get intel on you guys.
Yeah, there was one guy in particular in all camo, and he was the event organizer. I saw on CTV or Global last night, it said event organizer underneath his name. Some people were telling me he was a lawyer.
Oh, sure.
He was baiting myself and the others to try to hit him.
Yeah.
And after that, one of the first people we started off with, he was actually native himself. He was talking with him, and this guy wanted his phone number, and
Not for a date.
Yeah, not for a date. And I told him don't give any of your info, and that's what we did. Besides Guy.
Now, tell me a little bit about yourself, because you had time to be at that protest yesterday because of the bad economy here in Alberta.
Yep, I class 1 truck driver. Completed the new MELT program a while ago, and due to, I don't know if it was the previous government or the current government just not doing anything, no companies can pick up people with little experience due to insurance, besides the MAGA carriers like Bison, and I'm not even old enough to be with Bison, so yeah.
So if you're watching at home and you want to hire a guy with a good work ethic, safe driving history, then Chase might be the guy for you. And if you want to hire him, just drop me a line and I'll put you in contact with Chase. Now, Chase, I met you here in Nisku because I want to bring good tidings and a message of thanks from our entire Rebel team. And I'm going to appoint myself a spokesperson of all the farmers out there who are trying to get their grain moved on the rail lines, and just normal people who believe in the rule of law. I'm going to give you my microphone for a second because I have a gift for you. Chase, you didn't tell me what kind of beer you like, so you're drinking my brand. This case of beer, it's a 15-pack of beer, not sponsored by Pilsner, but I'm sure each one of those beers in there represents the gratitude of thousands of people all across the country. And here's hoping that other Canadians are inspired by the way you guys dealt with a problem and handled yourself in the face of, a lot of scrutiny and abuse, frankly, while you were down there. So thanks very much, Chase.
Yep, no problem.
Friends and Rebel supporters, if you know any of the men who helped Chase teach some far left-wing protesters a lesson about what life is really like outside of the Edmonton bubble, please message me so that I can let them know just how thankful we all are. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. Once again, it's another cold day working outside for me, and I could use a vacation, and I bet you could too. That's why I'd like to invite you to our Rebel Cruise. We leave in July 4th actually. To get details, pricing, and to see all the incredible amenities, go to rebelnewscruise.com.